Good day. Here are the stories for the Manila Times for Monday, January 25, 2021.
The Philippine Red Cross will begin today administering saliva tests for COVID-19 after the government approved its use. Senator Richard Gordon, PRC chairman, said the cheaper and less invasive procedure would cost 2,000 pesos, half the price of the swab test. The humanitarian organization told the Manila Times its molecular laboratories in Port Area Manila and Mandaluyong City could do up to 22,000 tests daily. The labs will be open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The saliva test will be initially available only in the National Capital Region, but Gordon gave assurances that it will be available by February in 13 Red Cross laboratories nationwide. Gordon said those who would undergo the test must not eat anything, drink, gargle, or smoke, or use e-cigarettes 30 minutes before the procedure. The Red Cross also called on the Philippine Health Insurance Corporation, or PhilHealth, to include saliva testing in its COVID-19 package. PhilHealth only funds swab tests so far. Supreme Court Associate Justice Marvic Mario Victor Leonen has been sitting on the petitions of several senators and the Philippine Coalition for the International Criminal Court, or the PCICC, questioning the decision of President Rodrigo Duterte to withdraw Philippine membership in the International Criminal Court, or the ICC, without Senate concurrence. The case was raffled off to Leonen after it was filed on March 16, 2018, the Manila Times has learned from court documents it has obtained. The ICC petition has hardly moved and has seen the retirement of two Chief Justices, Teresita Leonardo de Castro and Lucas Bersamin. It might also outlast the present Chief Justice, Diosdado Peralta, who will retire on March 27. Leonen last asked for oral arguments on the case on August 28, 2018, during De Castro's time. Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana said the military will apologize for what he described as an unpardonable gaffe on the part of the armed forces. The secretary was referring to the list on the Facebook page Armed Forces of the Philippines Information Exchange that named 27 people who are supposedly University of the Philippines students who were recruited by the Communist New People's Army and who were either killed or captured during clashes with government troops. The list included journalists, former government officials, lawyers, teachers, and entertainment personalities who are still alive. The list was posted last Friday night and went viral before being taken down on Saturday morning. A major British doctors group said the United Kingdom government should urgently review its decision to give people a second dose of the Pfizer-BioNTech coronavirus vaccine up to 12 weeks after the first, rather than the shorter gap recommended by the manufacturer and the World Health Organization. The UK, which has Europe's deadliest COVID-19 outbreak, adopted the policy in order to give as many people as possible a first dose of vaccine quickly. So far, almost 5.9 million people in Britain have received a shot of either a vaccine made by United States drug maker Pfizer and Germany's BioNTech, or one developed by UK-Swedish pharmaceutical giant AstraZeneca and Oxford University. AstraZeneca has said it believes a first dose of its vaccine offers protection after 12 weeks, but Pfizer said it had not tested the efficacy of its jab after such a long gap. The British Medical Association on Saturday urged England's chief medical officer to urgently review the UK's current position of second doses after 12 weeks. Retiring all of the Philippine Air Force's UH-1H helicopters before President Rodrigo Duterte ends his term next year might not be possible, the Department of National Defense said on Sunday. Defense spokesman Arsenio Andolong said the government needs more time to find replacements for the 40 UH-1H or Huey helicopters in the Air Force's fleet. Duterte said he wanted to decommission the Huey days after one of the aircraft crashed in Bukidnon, killing all 7 people aboard. The Air Force has grounded its fleet of Hueys while the crash is being investigated. Andolong said the Defense Department had expressed its sincerest gratitude to Duterte for approving the purchase of more helicopters to replace the aging Hueys. Vice President Maria Leonor Leni Robredo on Sunday urged officials of the Department of National Defense and the University of the Philippines to sit down and thresh out their differences that resulted in the abrogation of an agreement barring unauthorized police and military operations in UP campuses. In her weekly radio program, Robredo, a UP alumna, stressed that the nation's premier state university is not an enemy of the state. Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana also on Sunday revealed that he asked a friend to facilitate a meeting with UP President Danilo Concepcion. In business, the contraction of the Philippine economy likely improved in the fourth quarter of 2020, but the full-year gross domestic product decline is expected to hit more than 9% due to the combined effects of the pandemic and damages caused by typhoons, analysts polled by the Manila Times said. Projections for the period ranged from negative 6.3 to negative 11.2%, with a negative 9.2% average, slower than the 11.5% decline in the third quarter of 2020, but a reversal from the 6.7% growth in the same quarter in 2019. Analysts said full-year 2020 GDP contraction will likely settle at 10.3% from a 6% expansion in 2019. Over to sports. After a 2-year hiatus, Donnie Ahas Nietes and Albert Pagara are set to return to boxing in Dubai in April. Without revealing their opponents, MTK Global and D4G Promotions made the announcement on its Facebook page on Friday. Four-time world champion Nietes has not fought since he won via split decision against Japanese Kazuto Ioka for the vacant World Boxing Organization Super Flyweight title in December 2018. 38-year-old Nietes has been undefeated for the last 10 years. Dan Steinbach and Father Ranilio Aquino are today's front-page columnists. Steinbach analyzes China's economic recovery speeding up despite a global recession, while Father Aquino talks about when free speech hinders free speech in itself. Today's editorial calls to address the issues of false positives in administering COVID-19 polymerase chain reaction tests. Read the full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the voice of the Times. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and keep up with the Times. With the Fort Villa Serran, this is Arik John Seco reporting. May you have a safe week ahead.